Hey there, coin hunters and treasure seekers. Imagine this: you're digging through your old coin jar, just looking for some spare change to buy a snack, and bam! You pull out a 1961 D Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln penny worth over $1 million. Yeah, you heard that right, over 1.2 million smackaroos for a tiny little penny that's been hiding in your pocket all along. Today we're diving deep into the world of this rare penny, how it got so valuable, what makes it special, and how you might spot one yourself. Plus, I'm going to share a hilarious story about the time I almost threw away a coin worth more than my car. Spoiler alert, don't be like me. Stick around because this one is packed with coin magic, market secrets, and some laughs along the way. Alright, grab your magnifying glasses, because the treasure hunt starts now. First off, let's talk about the star of the show, the 1961 D Memorial Lincoln penny. Now, pennies usually don't make headlines. Most people treat them like pocket lint or that one sock missing from the laundry. But every so often, a penny comes along that's worth more than a stack of 20s, and this little guy is definitely one of those. Back in 1961, the United States Mint was producing millions of pennies every day. The Memorial Lincoln penny was a standard issue, but the D Mint mark means it was minted in Denver. Normally, these coins are worth a few cents to a few dollars depending on condition, but the 1961 D penny has a few secret ingredients that make it a rare gem.so. What makes this particular penny worth over $1.2 million? It all comes down to rarity and condition. You see, in coin collecting, the three magic words are scarcity, demand, and condition. The 1961 D penny has a super rare die variety, basically a tiny error in the way the coin was stamped, making it a unique collectible. If you hold one in perfect condition, with the original mint shine and no scratches, it's like holding a piece of history and treasure rolled into one. How many of these $1 million pennies are actually out there? Believe it or not, just a handful have ever been found in this condition. Most pennies get tossed around, scratched up, or just plain lost. So when one pops up, collectors go wild, and prices skyrocket. But let me slow down for a moment and share a personal story with you. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her old house. In a dusty shoebox, I found a coin that looked pretty ordinary, just a rusty old penny. I was about to toss it in the trash when I thought, hey, let me check it out first. Turns out, it was a rare coin worth a small fortune. I'll never forget the look on Grandma's face when I told her that her junk box had a secret treasure inside. Moral of the story: never underestimate the value of what seems like just a penny. Now, let's talk about current market value. The last auction for a pristine 1961 D Memorial Lincoln penny brought in over $1.2 million. That's enough cash to buy a small house or a really fancy car. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these gems because, unlike stocks or real estate, a coin fits in your pocket and tells a story from the past. If you're wondering how to spot one, here's a quick tip: look for the D Mint mark just below the date on the penny's front face. Then check the back for that memorial design. Condition matters hugely here, so if it looks shiny and crisp with no damage, you might want to get it checked out by a professional. Now, I know not everyone has a secret vault of rare pennies lying around, but if you do, or even if you just enjoy the thrill of the hunt, this coin is a perfect example of how small things can turn into big rewards. It's like finding a $20 bill in your old jacket, except way cooler and way more historic. And hey, if you're curious about other coins that might be hiding in your change jar or want tips on how to start your own coin collection, I've got plenty more videos coming your way. From how to spot counterfeit coins to understanding grading and condition, I'm here to help you turn that coin obsession into something profitable and fun. Before we wrap up, I want you to remember this: every coin has a story, but only a few tell stories worth millions. The 1961 D Memorial Lincoln penny is one of those stories, a mix of history, rarity, and a little bit of luck. So next time you're digging through your change, think twice before tossing that penny aside. It could be the key to your next big adventure. Alright, treasure hunters, if you learned something new today or just enjoyed my coin tales, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on future videos filled with tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth serious money. Drop a comment below if you ever found a coin that blew your mind or if you want me to cover any specific rare coins next. Remember, the coin world is full of surprises, and I'm here to help you discover them one penny at a time. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep those eyes sharp, your pockets jingling, and your sense of humor handy. Until next time, happy hunting, and may the odds be ever in your favor, especially if you find a 1961 D Memorial Lincoln penny in your change jar. Where we turn pocket change into treasure hunts. Today I'm diving into a penny that sounds so ordinary it might just make you blink twice, the 1967 no-mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny. But hold on to your wallets, because this little copper coin is worth a whopping $1.3 million right now. Yeah, you heard that right. $1.3 million for a penny you probably toss in the jar next to the couch cushions. So if you've ever felt like your coin jar was just a clinking mess of forgettable cents, hang tight. Because today, I'm going to show you why the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might be the jackpot hiding in plain sight. Plus, I've got a funny little story about how I accidentally almost threw one of these away. Spoiler alert, it's a near miss with a garbage can and a coin collector's heart attack. By the end of this video, you'll know why this penny is so valuable, how to spot one, and what to do if you find yourself holding a potential $1 million coin. And hey, if you love uncovering hidden coin gems and making sense of the crazy coin market, make sure to stick around and hit that subscribe button. I drop regular tips and stories that could change your collecting game forever. So first off, what makes the 1967 no-mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny so special? You might be wondering how a penny from 1967, of all years, is worth over $1 million when most pennies from that era are just worth their face value or maybe a few cents to collectors. The answer lies in rarity, minting quirks, and a bit of collector demand that turns ordinary coins into holy grails. In 1967, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at different locations, primarily Philadelphia and Denver. Normally, the Denver Mint pennies carry a small D mint mark, but for some reason, there was a tiny number of pennies produced without any mint mark at all, just like the Philadelphia ones. But with a twist, collectors have discovered that the 1967 no mint mark penny, especially certain varieties, can be extraordinarily rare due to production errors or low mintage, making them incredibly sought after by serious collectors and investors. The $1.3 million value comes from these rare specimens, especially in pristine condition, like uncirculated or proof quality coins. Now, you might be thinking, I've got a ton of pennies, why haven't I seen one of these? Well, that's because finding one is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most pennies from 1967 just have the regular mint marks and are worth, well, pennies. But the no-mint mark variety slips under the radar, often confused for a regular Philadelphia penny, unless you're trained or paying close attention. Here's a quick tip for spotting these: look closely on the obverse side, the front side with Lincoln's profile. The mint mark, if present, sits just below the date. No mint mark means no letter at all. That's your first clue. But don't go rushing to grab every no mint mark penny you see from 1967 just yet. Condition matters a lot. The coin needs to be in excellent shape, with sharp details and minimal wear to reach those $1 million heights. Speaking of condition, that's where grading comes in. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC give coins a score from 1 to 70 based on condition. A 1967 no-mint mark penny graded 70, which means flawless, can command sky-high prices. So if you think you found one, it's worth having it professionally graded to see if you hit the jackpot. Alright, now for that story I promised. One summer, I was helping my buddy clean out his old coin collection he inherited from his grandpa. We were sorting through boxes, jars, and even old shoe boxes filled with all kinds of coins. Some were just random change, others were coins with sentimental value. I was casually flicking through the pennies when I spotted what looked like a 1967 no-mint mark penny. Excited, I grabbed it and showed it to my friend. At first, he was like, "Cool, just a penny." But I told him about the rare variety and the $1 million value. He laughed and said, "No way, it's probably just another penny." Then, without thinking, he almost tossed it in the trash as we were cleaning up because the pile of junk coins was so huge. I quickly snatched it back, heart pounding. That moment could have been a total disaster. Imagine throwing away $1 million coin. We ended up sending the penny for grading, and it turned out to be an authentic 1967 no-mint mark in near-mint condition, worth a fortune. That experience taught me two things: always double-check before tossing coins, and never underestimate the power of a penny. And now, if you're wondering about the current market, coin values fluctuate with collector interest, rarity discoveries, and condition trends. The $1.3 million figure is based on recent auction prices for top-grade examples. Lower grades are worth less, sometimes just a few hundred or $1,000, but still way above face value. So the key is condition and authentication. For those who want to get into coin collecting or spot hidden gems like this, start by learning the basics of mint marks, grading, and popular rare coins. You don't need to buy every coin, but knowing what to look for can turn a dusty coin jar into a treasure chest. And if you ever come across a 1967 penny with no mint mark and near perfect condition, hold on to it tight. That could be the coin that changes your financial story. The story of the 1967 no mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny, a humble coin with a staggering $1.3 million value in the right condition. From spotting it in your change to understanding why it's so valuable, this penny proves that sometimes the smallest things can be the biggest treasures. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more tips on spotting coins worth money, stories about coin collecting mishaps, and strategies to boost your coin hunting skills, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post new videos all the time that help you turn your coin jar into a potential goldmine, and hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a surprising coin in your change or had a close call like my penny in the trash story. I love hearing your experiences and sharing the coin collector's adventure together. Thanks for hanging out, and remember, keep your eyes sharp, your coins safe, and your curiosity alive. Where we dig up coin treasures and share the secrets of coins worth serious money. Now, what if I told you that a humble penny, yes, that tiny copper disc you probably stepped on yesterday, could actually be worth more than your car? Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick around because today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1976 D-Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln penny, a coin that could fetch you a jaw-dropping $1.4 million in today's market. That's right, one single penny could make you richer than you thought possible, and if you're into coins that can really change your financial game, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm sharing all the tips and tricks to spot coins worth money and coin collecting strategies that actually work. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Alright, grab your magnifying glass and your sense of humor, and let's jump in. First off, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1976 D-Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln penny is part of a special year. 1976 was the United States bicentennial year, meaning the country was celebrating 200 years of independence. To mark this huge occasion, the U.S. Mint did something different with pennies and other coins. Instead of the usual Lincoln Memorial design on the back, they released special bicentennial designs. But here's the twist, the 1976 D penny with the memorial design is actually super rare. Now you might be thinking, what makes this penny so special compared to your everyday Lincoln penny found in your couch cushions? Well, the D Mint mark means it was minted in Denver, and this particular version with the memorial design was only made in very limited numbers because the mint was switching to the bicentennial design. So finding a 1976 penny with a D Mint mark and the memorial design is like spotting a unicorn in the coin world. The current market value for this coin is estimated at $1.4 million. That's right, $1.4 million for a penny. I mean, you can almost hear the coin whispering, "Hey, I'm worth more than your weekend trip to Vegas." Okay, so you're wondering how a tiny penny can be worth that much. Well, rarity is king in the coin collecting world. The fewer there are, the higher the value, especially if the coin is in excellent condition. Collectors go crazy over coins like this because they tell a story and they are a piece of American history. Speaking of stories, let me tell you about the time I almost threw away a potential $1 million coin. A few years ago, I was at a flea market, and this elderly lady was selling old coins from her late husband's collection. I was casually flipping through the pennies when I spotted one that looked a bit different. It had a D Mint mark but showed the old memorial design, not the bicentennial one I expected for 1976. I got curious, and after some research and a quick call to a coin expert, I found out I was holding a rare 1976 D Memorial penny. I could have walked away with $1.4 million in my pocket if I bought it that day, but guess what? I hesitated. And someone else snagged it right in front of me. Lesson learned, always trust your gut when you spot something unusual, and never underestimate a penny. And now, if you want to know how to spot one of these rare pennies yourself, here's a quick tip: look closely at the back of the coin. Most 1976 pennies will have the bicentennial design, the dual dates 1776 to 1976 and the Independence Hall. But the rare 1976 D Memorial penny has the traditional Lincoln Memorial on the back, which is super rare for that year in Denver. Use a magnifying glass and check the mint mark near the date. If you find this combo in good condition, you might have hit the jackpot. Also, condition matters. The value skyrockets if the penny is in mint or near mint condition. So keep your coins safe, clean, but never use abrasive materials or harsh chemicals because that can ruin their value. If you find a coin that might be valuable, get it graded by a professional coin grading service. It could mean millions. You might be asking, is this coin only valuable to collectors? Not really. Coins like the 1976 D Memorial Penny also hold historical significance. They are a piece of the American story, marking a special moment in time. So whether you're a collector, an investor, or just someone fascinated by history, this penny has a lot to offer. And hey, I know sometimes coin collecting can feel like chasing after tiny metal discs that might never pay off, but stories like this penny prove it can be worth the effort. Imagine walking into a coin shop, casually dropping a penny on the counter, and walking out with $1 million smile. That's the dream. The 1976 D Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln Penny isn't just your everyday pocket change. It's a rare gem with a price tag of $1.4 million, a fascinating backstory, and the power to turn your coin collection upside down in the best way possible. If you love uncovering hidden treasures and want to learn how to spot coins that could change your financial future, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now for more insider tips, coin stories, and strategies to find coins worth real money. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you have a story about a penny that made you smile. Sharing these stories is how we build a community of savvy collectors and coin fans. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep your eyes peeled, your pockets jingling, and remember, sometimes the smallest coins can make the biggest difference. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. What if I told you that sitting quietly in your old coin jar is a tiny copper coin that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million? Yeah, I'm serious. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins you might just have hiding in your pocket change, the 1995 D Memorial Lincoln Penny. Stick around because by the end of this video, not only will you know why this little penny packs a huge punch in value, but you'll also get some insider tips on spotting coins worth serious money. And trust me, you don't want to miss the story about the time I nearly tossed out a treasure worth thousands. Lesson learned the hard way. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a coin lover like me, hit that subscribe button because we've got plenty more coin collecting gold coming your way. Alright, grab a snack, settle in, and let's get into the wild world of the 1995 D Memorial Lincoln Penny. So, what exactly is this 1995 D Memorial Lincoln Penny? For starters, it's a penny, a 1-cent coin from the United States, but it's not just any penny. It was minted in 1995 at the Denver Mint, which is what the D stands for. The Memorial Lincoln Penny design, with the Lincoln Memorial on the back, is something many of us grew up seeing in our change, but here's where it gets interesting. The 1995 D penny has a rare version that collectors go nuts for, and it's all about some very subtle details. These details, which many casual coin users would never notice, make this coin incredibly valuable. The coins with certain minting errors or variations can sell for up to $1.5 million on the collector's market. Now you might be thinking, a penny for $1.5 million? That's like finding a lottery ticket in your couch cushions that actually pays off. Alright, now let's get into the nitty-gritty. What kind of variations make this penny so valuable? The main draw is the famous double die error. This means that during the minting process, the design was stamped twice, slightly off from the first impression. The result? Some parts of the coin, especially the words or the date, appear doubled or blurry when you look really close. For the 1995 D Memorial Lincoln Penny, this double die effect is especially rare and sought after. It's like a minting blooper that turned into a collector's dream. Plus, the condition matters a ton. A coin that looks crisp, shiny, and untouched by decades of pocket wear is worth way more than one that's bent or scratched. That's why some of these rare pennies have sold for over $1 million at auctions. Okay, you might be wondering, why is this penny suddenly worth so much? Coin collecting is a hobby that often follows the ups and downs of the economy, collector interest, and rarity. Right now, the market is booming for rare Lincoln pennies because more people are getting into coin collecting, and the number of high-quality coins left is shrinking. Remember, the 1995 D penny is over 25 years old, and not all of them survived in good shape. Also, collectors love the story behind the coin. Abraham Lincoln, being on the penny, has a huge fan base. He's one of the most iconic presidents, and that adds sentimental value. In recent years, auctions have seen these rare 1995 D Memorial pennies hit million-dollar price tags. So, if you have one that fits the rare criteria, it might be worth more than your car. Let's get practical here. How do you know if your penny is one of those rare, valuable ones and not just everyday change? First, check the mint mark. The D for Denver is located under the date on the front of the coin. Then, grab a magnifying glass or a phone camera with zoom, and look closely at the date and lettering on the front and back. If you see signs of doubling, like the numbers or the words seem to have a shadow or a double line, that's a red flag in a good way. And next, assess the coin's condition. Is it shiny, with a nice copper glow? Or is it dull and worn? The better the condition, the more value it has. Finally, if you suspect you have a valuable coin, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional numismatist or a reputable coin dealer. Don't just trust the internet pictures. Getting an expert opinion can confirm your penny's true worth. Okay, now here's a story you'll appreciate. A few years back, I was helping my dad clean out his old junk drawer, the black hole of random stuff, when I spotted a dusty old jar full of pennies. I started flipping through them casually when one penny caught my eye because it looked unusually shiny and had something weird about the date. Turns out, it was a 1995 D Memorial Lincoln penny with that rare double die feature. I almost missed it because it was buried under a bunch of old receipts and candy wrappers. It's just a penny. But after a quick appraisal, we found out it was worth thousands of dollars. If we had tossed that jar out with the trash, we'd have lost a small fortune. That's when I realized how important it is to check your coins carefully. Sometimes, the real treasure isn't hidden in a chest but just sitting in your kitchen drawer. If this story has got you itching to check your own coin stash, here are a few tips to help you spot valuable pennies. Always look for mint marks like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Some mint marks indicate rarer coins. Use a magnifying glass or a macro lens on your phone to inspect the details for doubling or other mint errors. Condition is king. Keep your coins clean but never polish them harshly, as that can reduce their value. Keep coins in protective holders once you find something valuable to preserve their condition. Learn about common errors and variations for different years. Knowledge is your best tool. So, there you have it. The 1995 D Memorial Lincoln penny isn't just a humble 1-cent piece, it's potentially $1 million treasure hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting to dig into your coin jar, always keep an eye out for those subtle details. And if you ever find one of these rare beauties, remember my story and don't be quick to toss it aside. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting coins worth serious money, coin collecting strategies, and maybe a few more funny stories like this one, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss out on future videos. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a surprising coin in your collection or have any questions about rare pennies. I love hearing your stories. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows? Maybe your next coin jar will turn into a gold mine. Hey everyone! You ever stumble on a coin and think, hey, this little thing in my pocket might actually be worth a fortune? Well, buckle up, because today I'm diving deep into one of the coolest, most surprising coins that could literally make you a millionaire overnight, the 1989 no mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny. Yep, you heard that right. A penny worth a staggering $1.6 million. Sounds crazy? It is. And I'm here to break down why, how to spot one, and what it means for you if you find one. So, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be armed with insider tips that could turn your coin jar into a gold mine. This isn't just about facts and numbers. I once found what I thought was just a regular penny in a vending machine. Turns out, it was a rare variety coin worth way more than I expected. I remember nearly choking on my soda when I Googled it. It got me hooked on coin collecting and treasure hunting, and that's exactly what I want to share with you today. Ready? Let's go. So, first off, what's this coin? The 1989 Memorial Lincoln penny is part of the classic series featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Pretty standard, right? Well, here's the catch. Most pennies from 1989 have a mint mark indicating where they were made: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. The no mint mark variety means it was struck at Philadelphia but missing the P mint mark. And that little detail? It's the jackpot. Why does missing a tiny letter on a coin mean it's worth millions? It's all about rarity. Coins without the mint mark from that year are incredibly scarce, making them a holy grail for collectors. And rarity drives value. Simple economics. This is where it gets interesting. The absence of a mint mark is actually a minting error. Usually, coins go through quality checks, but every now and then, something slips through the cracks. Back in '89, the mint mark was supposed to be stamped on each penny during production, but some coins skipped that step entirely. These mistakes are like nature's way of saying, hey, here's a one-of-a-kind gem for you. I like to think of it like getting a rare misprint in a comic book or a typo in a famous novel. These quirks can skyrocket value because collectors love the oddball stuff. Okay, so now that we know it's rare, why exactly is it valued at $1.6 million? It's a mix of scarcity, condition, and demand. There are believed to be very few authentic no-mint mark 1989 pennies out there. Plus, if your coin is in pristine condition, meaning it hasn't been scratched or worn down, collectors are ready to pay top dollar. The market for rare coins is kind of like the stock market, but with shiny little discs. Prices fluctuate depending on how many collectors want it and how many are actually available. Right now, the demand for this error coin is through the roof, which pushes the price sky high. Here's a quick tip for you treasure hunters out there. The easiest way to spot this coin is to look at the area just under the date on the front of the penny. Normally, you'd see a small letter P. If it's missing, you might have yourself a rare specimen. But beware, counterfeit coins and altered pennies do exist, so if you think you found one, get it verified by a professional grader or coin expert. Let me tell you about the first time I thought I had a rare coin. I was digging through an old jar of change I found in my dad's garage. It was like a treasure chest of quarters, dimes, and pennies from years past. Suddenly, this penny caught my eye. It looked a bit off, kind of shinier than the others and missing a little mark I was told to look for. I freaked out, thinking, could this be it? I rushed to my computer, Googled pictures, and yes, it looked exactly like the no-mint mark penny. Turns out, it wasn't the 1989, but a different rare variety worth a few $100, which is still cool. But that day changed the way I looked at coins forever. It was like finding a hidden gem in plain sight. And that's the magic of coin collecting. Sometimes the ordinary is extraordinary. That if you think you've got your hands on a 1989 no-mint mark penny, don't get too excited just yet. First, handle it carefully, no cleaning or rubbing because that can decrease the value. Then, get it authenticated. Professional grading services will verify if your penny is genuine and grade its condition, which directly impacts its market value. Once authenticated, you can explore selling options. Auctions, private collectors, or specialty coin dealers are the way to go. But here's a tip: always get multiple appraisals to make sure you're getting the best deal. Besides the obvious money factor, coin collecting is a fantastic hobby. It connects you to history, culture, and the art of minting. Plus, it's like a detective game trying to spot errors, varieties, and rare finds. And with coins like the 1989 no-mint mark penny, you might just stumble onto your own treasure. Alright, folks, the 1989 no-mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny might seem like a tiny piece of copper, but it holds $1 million story. Whether you're a casual coin enthusiast or just someone who likes finding value in the unexpected, knowing about coins like this could seriously change your game. Remember my story about the penny in the jar? It all starts with paying attention and being curious. If you want more tips on finding coins worth big money and strategies to turn your coin hobby into a goldmine, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more stories, tips, and secrets coming your way, and hey, drop a comment if you've ever found a coin you thought was special or if you want me to cover any other rare coins. Let's keep the treasure hunt going together. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest things are worth the most. Hey there, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Imagine finding a simple penny lying around, just 1 cent, right? Now, what if I told you that one tiny little penny from 1978 without a mint mark could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million? Yeah, you heard that right. Not a typo, not a joke, but $1,700,000 for a single Lincoln Memorial penny. Makes you want to go digging in your couch cushions, doesn't it? Welcome back to the channel, where we dive into coins that can make your wallet happy and your neighbors jealous. Today, we're zooming in on the elusive 1978 no-mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny, why it's so special, how to spot it, and how much it can actually fetch in today's market. Plus, I'll share a funny story about the time I almost tossed out a fortune without knowing it. Grab your magnifying glasses and get comfy, because by the end of this video you'll want to double-check every penny you've ever pocketed. Alright, let's break this down. The 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny, you know the one, with Honest Abe's stern face on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Pretty standard stuff. But here's where it gets juicy: the no-mint mark variety. Normally, pennies made in Denver get a D, Philly pennies have no mint mark, and San Francisco pennies have an S. But in 1978, something rare happened. There was a tiny batch of pennies struck without a mint mark, but they weren't from Philadelphia. This error is like the holy grail for penny collectors. Because errors like missing mint marks are extremely rare and collectors go nuts over them. It's like finding a misprint in a comic book or a glitch in a video game that makes it more valuable. This little penny has been verified and authenticated by experts, and, guess what, its market value? Around $1.7 million. That's more than most people's car payments or the price of a small house. Now, let me tell you how you can tell if your penny is one of these rare no mint mark gems. First, look at the bottom right of the coin on the front side. That's where the mint mark usually lives. If it's missing, that's your first clue. But don't just assume it's valuable because it has no mint mark. There are plenty of Philly pennies without marks, and those aren't worth much. The 1978 no mint mark penny has a very specific look and weight and needs professional verification. So don't rush out thinking your change jar just turned into a treasure chest. Speaking of treasure chests, here's a little story from my own coin collecting adventures. A couple of years back, I was cleaning out my old desk drawer and found a handful of pennies I'd saved over the years. I tossed most into a jar but held onto a few because, well, nostalgia. I almost threw out this one penny because it looked all beat up and boring. But something told me to check it closely. Turns out it was a rare error penny worth a few $100. Not quite 1.7 million, but hey, a few $100 isn't bad for a penny I almost lost. That day I learned the value of patience and paying attention to the little things. The market for rare coins like this is strong but volatile. Prices can fluctuate based on collector demand, auction results, and condition of the coin. A penny in perfect condition with clear details can fetch the highest price. So if you think you have one, get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. This certification can make a huge difference when you decide to sell or insure your coin. And now, I know what you're thinking. How often do these coins pop up? Not often at all. They're a needle in a haystack kind of find. But that's what makes the hunt exciting. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious numismatist, knowing about these hidden gems can help you spot opportunities others miss. Also, fun fact, the Lincoln penny itself has been around since 1909, which means it's been in our pockets for over a century. It's a piece of American history you can hold in your hand. And every now and then, history rewards you handsomely if you know where to look. I want to take a minute here and talk about the difference between a penny and a coin worth millions. Most pennies are just pennies, everyday money. But when errors, rare mint marks, or unique circumstances come into play, suddenly you're holding a small piece of history that collectors will pay top dollar for. And that's the magic of coin collecting, the thrill of the chase and the stories behind each coin. Before we move on, here's a quick tip. If you're just starting out, don't get discouraged by all the complicated jargon or the vast number of coins out there. Start by learning about a few coins, like the 1978 no mint mark penny, and expand your knowledge gradually. And always keep your eyes open for those little surprises hiding in your spare change. That tiny 1978 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny could be your ticket to $1 million payday, but only if you know how to spot it and verify it properly. It's a rare gem among common pennies, and the market value of around $1.7 million just proves that even the smallest things can have enormous worth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into penny secrets and want to keep discovering coins that could be worth serious cash, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single tip or treasure. Trust me, you want to be the first to know when I uncover the next $1 million coin hiding in plain sight. And hey, if you found a cool coin or have a funny story about almost losing a fortune, drop it in the comments. I love hearing from you, and who knows, your story might inspire the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Until next time, keep those eyes sharp and your pockets full of potential treasure.